Hey everybody, this is Rose of Sharon, and I'm back again with another series review. I just recently watched season 1 of Hill House, and this is actually based on the book of the same name, which I have not read yet, but in time I actually hope to read the book and see if it's similar to the series. And it's a very interesting psychological horror, and it shows a lot of the different interactions between the characters. And I think it takes a lot of inspiration from The Sixth Sense as well as other psychic gifts. It reminds me of a book called The White Crow, and I forget the name of the actual talent or ability that the man possessed in the book, but I remember it was a book that I enjoyed immensely just due to that unusual kind of psychic ability that he possessed, and it exists in real life. And of course, this character Theodora, she is she's clairvoyant in certain aspects, and I don't know if she has clairsentience. She might have clairsentience as well. I don't think she's clairaudient, but pretty sure she's clairvoyant. It's just very intriguing, and it is a show that will utterly chill you to the matrix of your being. I know it did for me, because I too am an empath, and when I go close to places that are so-called hot spots, I call them cold spots for obvious reasons, or if they're teeming with activity of the supernatural, I can feel it. And I've been that way ever since I was young. I'm a sensitive being, and I can tap into that kind of energy. I don't know why. I haven't had any visitations, not that I'm aware of. I've seen things that I can't explain, but I don't have anything like clairaudience or clairvoyance or clairsentience. I might have some clairsentience actually, but I'm not for sure. I just know that if I go near or if I pass by a location that is haunted, I can sense that. And more often than not, I get a feel for a building, and I should have had that before I actually came here to the apartment, because I don't know if you've seen my past videos. I no longer have an infestation here, thank God, but yeah, that wasn't pleasant. Always do your research before you come to rent or buy anything. Just do your research, trust me on this. But back to the topic at hand. Hill House is absolutely terrifying. There are a lot of aspects in it that give one pause, and it has that whole atheist mentality, and atheists believe that when you die, you're done, and no memory of you ever exists ever again. You just disappear into the ether, and part of me finds comfort in that, but the other half of me does not, because I myself am Christian, and I believe in an afterlife, and I've had contact with the supernatural, so I know without a shadow of a doubt that I will be going to heaven someday. It's just something I look forward to, and I think of my parents quite a bit, but beyond that, it's the reason why I get up every day and do the best I can, because I know that somewhere, somehow, they're smiling on me, and I get visitations all the time in the form of orbs, so it's not uncommon. We had a connection very closely in the living world. Why wouldn't we have it across the veil? This actually forces or cements my theory of having that kind of connection, and in this case, it's something otherworldly and something unearthly, and it just chills you to the very core. and just thinking about it is very disturbing, and it brings a lot of things into mind. But if you're a fan of horror, particularly that of the psychological variety, then I would highly recommend Hill House, just because it's terrifying and it's exceedingly well written. Even the opening to it is very elaborate in its ways, and you could see it many times over, and you can catch glimpses of certain things within that opening that are subtle yet artistic, and actually bring forth the theme of the show in itself. And it's fantastic. It's just absolutely magnificent. It is a work of art. And now I hope to actually read the book and get a feel, but I didn't want to go into anything else, honestly, because I find that some of the dreams I had, unfortunately, I'm going to have to pass on, because I would have needed somebody else to have helped me with that, and the less I speak of this, the better. I'm going to have to go into a period of healing. I've done a lot of crying today, a lot of really terrible, ugly crying that I don't want anybody to see. I'd rather be the advocate for happiness and joy than sadness and despair, because that is not who I am. I've always been a very happy person. I don't want to go into what happened to me today, just because everything else in my life is great. I have so many things going for me, a lot of good things. It's just that you think you have it all. Well, you think that you're on the track and you're patiently waiting, and it's just like Christmas morning, and it's almost like you don't get what you asked for, or you get something completely useless, or something that you don't even want, or you didn't even ask for, or you don't get anything at all. And it's one of those situations, I find, and part of me just wants to curl up into a little ball and never come out and see the light of day ever again. But it's one of those things I realize won't help me in the long run, and I have to grit my teeth and bear it, and know that this too shall pass, and I need to take it just one step, one foot in front of the other, and do the best I can to my ability. A lot of the dreams